Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you appear before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you're arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you are given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine this morning whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pre-trial release which will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, I will appoint one from the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. You are entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call yet, please let me know. Make sure you get that phone call this morning. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. Please don't say anything about the facts of your case today. There is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say, and these hearings are recorded. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony before the court be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Anita Lewis. Ms. Lewis, can I have your date of birth?
12/26/1955.
Okay, you are here this morning for a battery and providing false name to law enforcement officer. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
No.
Okay, you going to hire a lawyer?
No.
Okay. State?
Your Honor,
Hold on. No.
she doesn't have anything since 2011 is her most recent.
What was in 2011?
Sorry, Your Honor, it was a DUI. Appears as though it was a felony DUI. Yes, it was, Your Honor. And driving on the suspended license, no registration, driving tech charges, Your Honor.
Okay. Any other prior batteries or FTAs?
That's what I was looking for. No, Your Honor. All driving, all DUI.
Okay. All right, ma'am, I have an address for you on Stillwater Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
30 years.
Do you have a job?
No, I'm on SSI.
Okay. All right. Count number 1 is going to be $500. Count number 2 is going to be $500. And we're going to see you back to court on these cases on July 6th at 9 o'clock in the morning. In the meantime, I want you to have no contact with Samantha Jensen, okay? Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. If you have contact with her while this case is pending, then you could be held without bond and charged with another crime, okay? Tiffany Pomeroy. Can I have your date of birth?
5/11/89.
You're here this morning for a battery, a criminal mischief, and a trespass. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yeah.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State?
Your Honor, she has one prior of a petty theft back in 2015. I don't show anything else.
Okay. All right, I have an address for you, Ms. Pomeroy, on Coburn Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
How long have you lived there?
Just a couple months.
Where'd you live before that?
11441 Libby.
Is that in Hernando County?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Not anymore.
All right, I'm going to set the bonds at $1,000 each. Total of $3,000, and we're going to see you back to court on July 6th at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, Ms. Pomeroy?
Yeah.
Don't have any contact with Angela Abadessa, okay?
Yes.
All right. Yes?
Yes.
Brandy Vevers? Vevers? And Ms. Bevers, can I have your date of birth?
10/22/74.
Thank you. All right, you're here today for violations of probations based on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. So I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. Appoint the public defender's office. We're going to keep them no bonds. That's what Judge Merritt wants for right now. So we're going to hold you no bond until your next court date. I'm going to move up your court date to June 26th at 9 a.m. We'll see you then, okay?
Thank you.
All righty. Virginia Watts? Can I have your date of birth?
5/27/1979.
You are here today for 2 counts of controlled substance and 1 count of possession of a prescription drug without a prescription. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, state.
Your Honor, she does have some prior failure to appear in 2018. Looks like May 16th of 2018. Trying to figure out what state that is from. Oh, it's Pasco County, so it would be Florida, Your Honor. There's a failure to appear, I can't read the date, for a 2017 case. So she does have several failure to appears.
Any other drug charges?
Looks like batteries. No, Your Honor.
She does have a family member present, courtroom.
Okay, ma'am, I have an address for you on 156 Terrace in Live Oak, Florida. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
My mother is in the courtroom now, Your Honor, but my father got sick 3 months ago, and I moved up there to help him.
Okay, so
And
what's,
he passed away when.
all right, so what's the answer to my question? 6 months?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you've lived in Hernando County for 6 months. Is that right?
Yes, I lived up. Yes.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No, ma'am.
Okay. When was the last time you worked?
20 years ago.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep all the bonds the same, and we're going to see you back to court on July 6th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you soon. Rianisha Williams? Ma'am, can I have your date of birth?
December 19, 1995.
Okay, you are here this morning for a domestic battery. I did
Yes,
find probable
ma'am.
cause for your arrest. Did you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. I see that you have another case out there, and I remember you from court last month, battery case, right? 2017 MM3766. It was a return from PTI.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a return from PTI because you didn't do anything while you were on PTI. You didn't pay any of your fees. You didn't do the anger management, clearly, and you didn't do your community service, and you didn't report at least like 4 or 5 times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you a bond in this case because you are entitled to a bond in this case. I'm going to set it at $2,500. However, I'm going to recommit you on the other case, 2017 MM3766. I'm going to set you up for court on June 14th at 9 a.m. We'll see if we can take care of your cases at that time, and when someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you soon, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim in your case, Libera Williams. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever, okay?
Okay.
Maurice Brown. Can I have your date of birth?
030679.
All right. You're here today for retail theft. I found probable cause for your arrest. You also have a providing false name to law enforcement. I also found probable cause. And then you have a failure to appear out of Hillsborough County. So there's probable cause for your arrest for that as well. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office for your Hernando County cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. State.
And, Your Honor, I was going to state he does have an open theft out of Hillsborough County, which also has failure to appear on it.
That's, okay.
You're right.
That's what this one is, yeah.
That's the one that you just mentioned, Your Honor.
Okay.
Other than that, he has dealing in stolen property. Looks like a false info to pawnbroker. That is all I can confirm, Your Honor.
Okay. I have an address here on Morgan Street in Tampa. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
38 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Construction.
All right. For the petty theft charge, I'm going to keep your bond at $2,000. I'm going to see you back to court on July 6th at 8:30 in the morning. Appoint to the public defender's office. The next charge of providing false name to law enforcement officer, I'm going to keep your bond at $1,000. Appoint the public defender's office. Also see you back on July 6th at 9 a.m. For the Hillsborough County case on the failure to appear, I'm going to keep the bond at $5,000. If you bond out on these cases here in Hernando County, then Hillsborough County will come get you 5 days after that. When you resolve your cases here, they'll come get you within 5 days after that, if you're unable to post the $5,000 bond. And they'll take you down to Hillsborough County, and you can work on resolving your case down there, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Aaron Elliott. Charlotte, can I have your date of birth?
42584.
You're here today for a failure to appear. It looks like in front of Judge Merritt for a felony petty theft on May 3rd. So there is probable cause for your arrest. Did you have the public defender's office previously appointed?
I was in Pasco County Jail
Okay.
since April 14th.
Okay. Did you have a public defender's office appointed?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll make sure they're still on your case, okay? We'll figure out the Pasco County deal, but the only way to really get you back on our docket is to do the caseus for the FTA. So we're going to keep that at $10,000. We're going to see you back to court in front of Judge Merritt on 6/26 at 9 a.m.
So you can't, so I can't get ROR for being in another jail?
No, it's not going to happen right now. But I've appointed the public defender's office, and they will do that if they see fit. They'll put it in front of Judge Merritt and see if he'll amend the bond amount, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ernest Gould. Can I have your date of birth?
August 11th, 1970.
You are here today for a criminal use of personal identification and a grand theft. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you have the public defender already in all of your other cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want me to appoint the public defender in this case as well?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you bonded out on any of your other cases?
I got a no bond on an FTA. I bonded out previously, yes, for the FTA.
All right. I can't tell from what's in front of me what case he bonded out on. The date of offense on this is January of 2018.
Yeah, that's when I bonded out from that.
Hold on.
From Pasco County.
The date of offense is actually August 19th of 2017. So, I don't know if any of his,
Excuse
any
me.
of his pending cases he already bonded out on.
My notes don't show, Your Honor. I don't know.
Can the clerk check 17 CF 2791 and 17 CF 2792?
He doesn't have any active bonds. Excuse me. That's why I'm doing it this way, and then my elbow.
Okay. So he's already been
Still
reversed.
working right here, though.
His bonds have already been revoked on those cases.
They should.
Is that your understanding, sir, that there's a couple of cases that your bond has already been revoked on?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So these will just keep the same at $2,000 each, and we'll see you back in court on June 29th at 9 a.m. I believe that's with your other cases, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Thanks.
Paul Hoover. Mr. Hoover, can I have your date of birth?
It's 5/21/93.
Alrighty. You're here today for domestic battery and tampering with a witness, as well as resisting an officer without violence, and leaving the scene of an accident, and driving while your license is suspended or revoked. I did find probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office on each of your cases. State, for record.
Your Honor, there is no in-state convictions. Excuse me. I don't see any batteries. There was, it looks like something out of either Washington, Oregon, or Idaho, some kind of identity theft that there was a warrant for, but I'm not sure whatever happened, and it's very vague. So there's no history out of Florida, Your Honor.
Okay. So I have an address here on Pinehurst Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
How long have you lived there?
About a year.
Do you have a job?
Not yet.
For the domestic battery, I'm going to set your bond at $2,000. For the tampering with the witness, we'll keep it at $1,000. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today, and I'm going to order that you have no contact with Corey Connolly. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not have any contact whatsoever. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to see you back on that case on July 6th at 9 o'clock in the morning. With regard to the resisting officer without violence, we're going to keep the bond at $1,000. We're going to see you back to court on July 6th at 9 a.m. With regard to leaving the scene of an accident involving damage and driving while your license is suspended or revoked, the leaving the scene of an accident, we'll keep it $1,000. The driving unsuspended, I'm going to reduce to $250. I note that the only reason your driver's license is suspended is because you failed to pay for a traffic ticket in February. You might want to take care of that. We're going to see you back to court on, actually, that's a Pasco County case, so I'm going to keep both those bonds the same, $1,000 each. And when you get to Pasco County, you can ask them for a court date and a public defender when you get there, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thomas Howe. Can I have your date of birth?
6/18/92.
You're here today for a domestic battery and a violation of probation. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office in both of your cases. With regard to the domestic battery case, I'm going to order that you have no contact in that case. Do not call, do not write, do not email the victim whatsoever. The victim's name is Patricia Gutierrez Rojas. Do not call her, do not write her, do not email her, do not have anyone else call her, write her, or email her. If you have any contact with her while this case is pending, you can be charged with another crime and held without bond. If you see her out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. If she calls you, you should hang up the phone. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 on this case. I also need to hold you until 4 o'clock in case Ms. Rojas wants to file an injunction against you so that we can serve you with that paperwork. There's also a violation of probation. Violation of probation is in front of Judge Merritt. We're going to hold you no bond with regard to that case until we can get you in front of Judge Merritt, and we'll set you up in front of him on June 26th at 9 a.m. And I'll appoint the public defender's office in that case as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Juan Langley.
7/6/98 domestic. something?
Can I have your date of birth?
1980.
You're here today for a battery on law enforcement officer in possession of marijuana. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to
Yeah.
represent you?
Sorry.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure. Go ahead. If I want my fire, go ahead.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
Your Honor, Mr. Langley has quite the history. He did serve 15 years in prison regarding an aggravated battery. He was released in 2012. He has priors of threatening to, looks like an assault, marijuana possession,
That's a full
possession of controlled substances in, looks like 14,
One time. You already had
tampering with evidence in
20-some years.
14.
Be quiet.
Shit, I was in prison in 2012.
In 2014, he did go to prison, disorderly intox upon his release in 2017, obstruction without, another possession of paraphernalia, all in 2017.
All right, sir, I have an address for you. I don't have an address for you. Where do you live?
I don't have an address. I live a few different places.
Okay.
I need to have an address.
All right. Do you have a job?
And I consider a citizen anyway.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond account 1 at $10,000. Count 2 is going to be $2,000. We're going to see you back to court on July 6th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
No problem.
All right. Justin Mills? Mr. Mills, what's your date of birth?
3/25/96.
All right, you are here today for a failure to appear out of Hillsborough County, and then out of Hernando County, you have a retail theft, a dealing in stolen property, and a violation of probation. I did find probable cause for your arrest on all of these things. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
Okay. For the Hillsborough County case, we're going to keep that at $5,000. As soon as you resolve or bond your cases here in Hernando County, you'll be taken down there to resolve that Hillsborough County case, okay? And keep that at $5,000. With regard to the retail theft and the dealing in stolen property, I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'm going to keep the bonds at $2,000 each, and we'll see you back to court on July 6th at 8:30 in the morning. With regard to the violation of probation, we're going to hold you no bond on that until we can get you back in front of Judge Toner, which will be on July 6th at 8:30 in the morning, and I'll appoint the public defender on that case as well, okay?
All right.
All right, Timothy Robinson. Can I have your date of birth?
1/12/71.
All right. You are here today for aggravated child abuse, and 2 counts of domestic battery. There's currently no bond on those, being domestic in nature. I did find probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. I also see that you have a violation of probation for domestic battery by strangulation. I did find probable cause for your arrest on that as well, and I'll appoint the public defender's office there. All right, with regard to the aggravated child abuse, I'm going to set your bond at $25,000. The child abuse, I'm going to set your bond at $25,000, and then the 2 counts of domestic battery, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000 each.
What would that one be for? Who's that? Who's the victim on that?
Oh, you want the, well, I'm going to order that you have no contact with any of your victims in these cases. I'm sorry?
I don't know who they are.
Okay, well, I'm sure you know who the children victims are, and I'm not going to announce their names in this court, but one of their initials is DH, the other one is MH, and the other
Well,
one.
DH is 18.
Hey, listen, I'm not asking you any questions, okay?
I understand.
Okay.
You're a child.
Were you here this morning when I said you have the right to
Yes,
remain
ma'am.
silent? Okay, you might want to exercise your ability to do so. With regard to the, and there's also an SR. Is that the victim? So I'm going to order that you have no contact with any of the victims, okay?
Okay, that's great.
I'm going to change your court date to June 26th at 9 a.m. to get you back in front of Judge Merritt. So those bonds, again, were 25, 25, 10, and 10. And then with regard to the violation of probation, there's no bond on that. We're going to keep you held no bond, and we're going to change that date to June 26th as well, okay?
Sure.
Thomas Smalley. Mr. Smalley, can I have your date of birth?
1095.
Alrighty. You are here today for a violation of community control. I did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to keep you held no bond until we can get you in front of Judge Merritt again, and that'll be on June 26th at 9 a.m., okay? You want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, I'll go ahead and do that. Matthew Spencer. Morning, Mr. Spencer. Can I have your date of birth?
12/5/95.
Okay, you were here this morning for a violation of probation. It looks like you were placed on probation for a battery, or I placed you on probation for a battery, and you did not pay your supervision fees, your fines and court costs, and you failed to report in March. You failed to provide community service hours and failed to complete the batterers intervention program. And then we also have a new charge of violation of an injunction for domestic violence. I did find probable cause for your arrest on that, and it's based on a warrant signed by Judge Schitzman on March 12th of this year. Which probably explains why you stopped showing up in March. You didn't want to be arrested on that warrant, I'm guessing. I don't have an address for you. Do you have an address?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, if you want to resolve the violation of probation, they're looking for 90 days on the box. Is that what he could take to resolve both, or do you know?
Your Honor, I do not
No.
know.
But you don't want to take it anyway?
Do what?
All right. They're offering 90 days to resolve the violation of probation. Is that something you want to do?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. I'm just trying to find out whether that's a global offer to resolve both of your cases or what the offer would be to resolve both of them.
See if I have paperwork, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Don't go anywhere.
Your Honor, the victim is the same in the battery case as in the violation. I don't have any notes on the violation. However, if the court was inclined to do the 90 days, that would be acceptable.
Okay. All right. So it'll be 90 days to wrap up both of your cases. You want to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, let's handle the violation of probation first. Do you understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up the right to have a hearing on the matter?
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
giving up the right to call witnesses at that hearing, confront witnesses at that hearing, and you're giving up the right to have the state prove that you violated your probation. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regards to the violation of probation in 2017 MM469, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, ma'am.
I accept your admission. I find this freely and voluntarily given. Adjudicate you guilty. Revoke and terminate your probation. Sentence you to 90 days in the Hernando County Jail. I'll give you credit for as far as were you arrested on the battery initially?
Yeah, I just did 11/29.
Not on the battery.
No, not on this one. We'll give you 2 days credit for time served, unless I hear anything different. And then and then you have $50 cost of prosecution that you have to pay in that case, and the cost of incarceration. With regard to the violation of domestic violence injunction, you understand that by taking a plea on that case today, you're giving up your right to go to trial,
Yes, ma'am.
giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up all those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to this violation of injunction, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No contest.
Accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 90 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you 2 days credit for time served. You'll have fines and court costs of $503. $503 assessed against you. And that should clear up both of your cases, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Paul Mortensen.
It doesn't matter, it's a new case.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
Mr. Mortensen, can I have your date of birth?
5/26/1976, ma'am.
All right. You are here today for possession of methamphetamine. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. Seat.
Your Honor, Mr. Mortensen has a prior possession of meth in 2008, a trafficking in hydrocodone in 2009. He was sentenced, I believe, 3 years prison, Your Honor. Looks like he was released in 2000. It says 3-8, so looks like he was released or registered in 2015. I don't see any history since then, but he does have a prior possession of meth.
Okay. All right, I have an address to you in Oakfield Circle in Dade City. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
About 30 years.
Do you have a job?
20-something years. I was working, I just got laid off last week.
Okay, what kind of work did you do?
Construction, ma'am.
All right. Keep the bond at $2,000. We're going to see you back to court for arraignment on July 6th at 8:30, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Did we get everyone at the jail? Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.